It might sound like a bad job. It's not. It's a great job. Generally, you do get to be a lot more helpful, but I also like to work. Not everybody likes to work. Things that you're gonna clean up that you don't want to touch with like ungloved hands. Or I'll say like, oh yeah, I'm a custodian. They're like, really?
What is the truth about working custodial at Walt Disney World? Today I'm going to sit down with my friend Rhema, and she has worked custodial at all 4 parks at Walt Disney World. And she's just going to share about her experience, what to expect, and some of her favorite and least favorite parts about the role. So if you're interested in custodial, I would highly recommend watching this video all the way through because she's going to share a lot of really good information about being a custodian at Disney. Let's get into it. All right, everybody, so I'm here with the beautiful Rhema.
Hello.
Rhema is in the custodial role currently at Walt Disney World. Rhema, do you want to tell them your YouTube and your Instagram?
Yeah, Rhema Voyages is my YouTube and my Instagram. It's RHEMA. Most people don't know how to spell my name unless I spell it out for them. Rhema Voyages. That's pretty much my socials across the board.
Yay! So go follow her. Go follow her on YouTube and Instagram. We were on our college program together. Rhema has had a lot of different roles at Disney World, but one very special role that she has had is custodial. So
Let's go.
let's go. What is it like to be in the custodial role at Walt Disney World, Rhema?
I love it. It's my favorite. I actually am not saying that ironically. People often mistake me for joking, but I'm serious. I'm a big fan of the custodial role. It's the most relaxing job I've ever had. You have the most freedom. I feel like you get the most recognition out of any role that I've ever had. Guest recognition is good, but also like coordinator recognition. It's nice. I feel like not a number. You just have a lot of freedom. Choose how you want to work. Like the trainers will be like, well, this is how I do it, but if you find a different way that you like better, use that. It's very chill. I feel very relaxed, especially in Epcot. It's just a beautiful park. I love being in the World Showcase. I love the breeze. It's so nice, especially during spring and fall. So it's such a great time right now. It's fall right now. Beautiful. That's my thoughts on the role.
That was another question on my list, was about like some people are deeming custodial as the worst role at Disney or the worst role in the Disney college program. What is your reaction to that? Set them straight.
It's kind of sad, actually. I mean, it makes sense that people think it because you hear the worst parts of the role and you just think, oh my gosh, that sounds horrible, and like it's just not that bad. Or I'll say like, oh yeah, I'm a custodian. They're like, really? Did you pick that? And I'm like, yeah, I did actually. I'm like, yes, I enjoy this because I did choose it. I chose to go part-time from one location to custodial because I knew it was going to provide a little bit more freedom, and it's also really nice with if you're on like shift exchange pages, nice with being able to trade around. Something that was very like attractive to me in theory when I was thinking about working for Disney originally was like, oh, it'd be so cool to be in a role where I can just like pick up anywhere. And I can't pick up in resorts, but I can pick up in any of the parks because I'm park trained. I can pick up in all parks, and I have, and I prefer Epcot the most, but I have enjoyed getting to try out the other parks too.
What is kind of like a typical day in the life of the custodial role at Disney?
It's different for every park a little bit, but it's all the same. General like public area, like the streets in Epcot, and maybe like they call it zones in Magic Kingdom something. You get your assignment, and it's usually different every day. Sometimes you get like a random streak of like, whoa, I had this 2 days ago. That's crazy. I got this in the same week, which is just like pretty uncommon. And so sometimes you'll be in a restroom and you'll be like cleaning up all your stalls and sweeping up the ground and stuff and checking your soaps and checking your paper. Other times you're going to be out in the streets and you're going to be sweeping up the streets and you're going to be taking out the trash and throwing it in your toter or your trash cart or whatever, and weaving through the crowds and being like, excuse me, whatever, but it's fine. I tend to get around people pretty easily. Unless it's like a really crowded day. You sign in and out of your restrooms, you put the times and stuff, and then out in the streets, you're gonna be in that street the whole day, and you're just gonna be making sure that none of your trash cans are overflowing, essentially, and sweeping and wiping down tables and sometimes benches. If it's rained, you wanna, get the water off of the trash cans and the tables and the benches. That's a fun thing for me. We have like a little squeegee. I'm gonna show you actually. Okay, so this is like a really fun part of the job for me because people love it. So this is my little squeegee set. This is the squeegee right here, and you can just wipe the water off the trash cans. It's like a little poppy thing. Opens up the trash cans, like you just like stick it on the side and you pull it out. It's great. After it's rained, I like to just go around and squeegee all of the trash cans. And guests will be like watching you, or you'll like squeegee the benches or whatever, and guests will be watching you, and they're like, Disney just thinks of everything. they're so like entranced. They're like, whoa, this is so cool and satisfying to watch. I'm like, yes, it's so fun to do.
That was my reaction, so I can definitely see other guests seeing that and feeling the same way.
You don't really have like a way to be stuck in one specific area like all the time. You don't really like get to choose to be in bathrooms all the time or something. The only people who really get to do that are full-timers, and they can put in a bid to be like only restrooms. Like their number one thing is restrooms, and then their number two thing is like, I want to have as much hours per week as possible or whatever, and then their number three thing is like to be on the World Showcase side.
What are some magical moments that you get to do as a custodian?
I love to be able to randomly interact with people or take their pictures or something. That's a really fun part of the role for me. Picture? Like, yes. I will take a million of you. Get to actually get to know people a little bit more, especially more than like attractions. I never really got to know any guests almost at all in attractions. It's very like, hi, welcome, like keep going. or like, oh, how many people in your group? Okay, you're going to this or whatever. In Custodial, you actually get to talk to people, as long as you aren't like rushing to go take care of an overflowing can or something. Help resolve issues more. Today was a funny one. It was like a really like some kid sat in something. They had to throw away his shorts. Oh. And so I was like, oh, well, this is like uncommon. And so it's funny. And so then like I walked them into a merchandise location. I was like, here, let's get you like a no strings attached voucher so that you can go get some shorts wherever they're available. And then like I ran over to a Joffrey's and I was like, hey, so some guests are like having a bad time right now. Can like we do something for them? And then they gave me like a strawberry lemonade frozen drink that I could give to them, and they wrote like a cute little note on it, and I just ran back to them and I was like, hi, sorry about your bad day, but here, have this. That's not something that I ever could have done in somewhere where I'm like stuck in a certain position. Something that I love is getting to actually walk with the guest if they ask a question. Yeah, you don't want to walk too far from your area, but you can still walk a little bit of ways away, and that's really fun for me. Sometimes you can like look with them for whatever they're looking for. So just generally you get to be a lot more helpful in Custodial than like probably any other role.
For someone who's interested in this role or who just received this role, do you have any advice for them?
It might sound like a bad job. It's not. It's a great job. And I think you're going to love it. There's going to probably be some like horror stories or whatever. There are going to be things that you're going to clean up that you don't want to touch with like ungloved hands. But your gloves are your best friends. Yeah. They're going to be your number one thing that's going to make you feel like, yay, okay, I'm not actually touching whatever it is that you have to clean up. That's not even like the most common thing, but it does happen. You'll get used to some of the like more gross sides of things, and then it just kind of becomes natural. It's not a big deal. Like there's this one shift that's like just codes. It's my favorite shift because like most of the time they just call you when there's code, and there's not always code. And then like cleaning up is fine, and you get to go into the maintenance space, and that's really cool. Enjoy it. Pick up at other locations. See if you like the other locations. You can trade around. Get on the Facebook page. Facebook page is very helpful for shift trading. There's going to be like a universal-ish one, and then there's going to be more like part-specific ones. So I'm in on like all of them.
Get excited if you do have this role, as she said.
Yeah.
And we did just film a safari, her experience as a Kilimanjaro safari guide at Disney as well. So make sure to go and watch that video and subscribe if you haven't already. Make sure to follow Rhema on social media. She will be linked in the description box down below. I would love to know your dream role at Disney. Leave me a comment down below with your dream role. I love chatting with you guys about Disney, so let's chat in the comments. I think you all know that my dream role has always been Disney Entertainment, and that is still a huge dream of mine, but there's so many amazing roles at Disney. I would love to work in Bibbidi Bobbidi Boutique or Pirates League when they still had Pirates League. A lot of the Disney attractions, and I was fortunate enough to work in Disney attractions when I was on my college program. But I would love to know your dream role, so let me know. And I will be doing a video like this for a bunch of different roles in the Disney College program. I know Rhema didn't do custodial in the Disney College program, but I feel like a lot of her information from today's video still can apply to those who are experiencing it through a CP. Well, make sure to subscribe if you haven't already. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you all have a magical night, and I will talk to you all next time. Bye!